Hello, folks. Well, Dr. Turley says that Putin is defending human rights and freedom while Biden is persecuting Trump supporters. And that's a very good point. Most of the sources I see, and including the people in the comments, absolutely love President Putin. They think he's basically a defender of freedom compared to Democrats. Democrats are despotic dictators. And Russia is like the great white hope for civilization, as it were. Now, the left will scream bloody murder. But Dr. Turley was saying that the Russian people, whatever the American media says about Russia, they do not believe it. So he's saying basically that they do not believe that that political prisoner the left is always yapping about is really, was really poisoned or anything. They think the left is just trying to start trouble. Now, it's interesting to hear from all perspectives. And I said, basically, the Biden administration is completely cringeworthy. It is painful. It's painfully obvious. It's painful to watch. And it's just a complete disgrace. It just shows how far America has gone off the beam and how out of control everything is. And it's all because of sheeple. Sheeple must go. We cannot have them. I mean, we need to be strong people. You cannot be a mouse. You've got to be a man. That's not a choice. And yet, too many people are slow to wake up and realize that they need to take responsibility for their own freedom and their own future. And it's got to be done, and that's why I keep drumming it into everybody's heads here. Every time I bring it up, when I say secession, I mean we gotta secede from all that is the left. We need to assert ourselves. They assert themselves when they're wrong, and they keep on pushing it even when they're still wrong. So we need to assert ourselves, carve out a place, take responsibility for our future, and don't just sit around waiting for government handouts. That's what they love. That's how they get you under their boot. That's how they tyrannize you, by accepting all these handouts. They do not want you to be independent and self-reliant and strong. So I would say much respect to President Putin for defending Trump supporters. We have trouble getting our own Republicans to defend Trump supporters, and that's a good reason why I left the party. And of course, I mean, the Russians, they do have their own interests. They absolutely do. And they see a weak nation, and hey, we did it to ourselves. Became weak by ourselves. I mean, same with, Europe and everything. All of Western nations became weak by ourselves and allowing the left to dictate our future. They want to give us the future they have planned, and it's not the future we want. It really isn't. So we've got to put the brakes on them and say, whoa, 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 stop. We are going to go a different direction. Be assertive. And we are always grateful to President Putin for standing up against the terrible left and the totalitarians that are out there. And the left just likes to demonize Putin because Putin is the masculine man who will stand up to them and insult them. And they don't like that. They do not like resistance. That's why they do not like Putin. But all of us must become just as despisable to the left, because we need to be strong and courageous and do what is right. The left is always wrong. So therefore, much respect to Russia. We feel like there's a few adults in the world, a few sane people who understand life and freedom. And it's just a real pity that the West, who's been the bastion of freedom for all these years, should fall so far and so fast into a cringe fest, to a 4-year cringe fest. That's what the Biden administration is. It's a 4-year cringe fest. And we'll see where we come out on the other end. But it's a disgrace, a complete disgrace, that the country has come to this. However, I mean, Russia had come back from a very dark place and a very poor place and suffering, and they have built themselves up to become one of the world's superpowers. So there's hope that America will one day build themselves up again to become a superpower. But right now, They're just nothing but a superfluous disgrace. And, well, we just have to grin and bear it and keep fighting for a better tomorrow. And support freedom where we can, and support strong leaders where we can. And we must take responsibility for our own futures. I will keep repeating that and repeating that. So, all right, everybody, hang in there, keep the faith, work hard, let freedom ring.